La Femme Nikita leaps into secret agent action again at 12:05. Then we've all sorts of sports to see you right through the night.
It's almost 11 o'clock. I'm Kirsty Young. People across the country are to be asked whether they'd be prepared to carry identity cards for the first time since the Second World War. The government wants to know what Brits think of plans to introduce the high-tech cards. They would record whether you're entitled to health care, a pension or benefits. Civil rights campaigners say it's a bad idea.
These cards will be a real threat to our civil liberties. We will have to carry them around because people, bureaucrats and others will demand to see them. What will happen is those people who are homeless, those people who didn't get a card, those people who've lost their card actually won't get services that they're entitled to.
The Damilola Taylor murder trial was halted today when a 14-year-old girl stormed out of the Old Bailey. Five's Ben Scotchbrook was there.
Courtney Griffiths QC began by asking the 14-year-old what she had seen, where she was when she'd seen it, and where she went after Damilola Taylor had been attacked. But after around 20 minutes or so of questioning, the girl stood up and said, "You know what, I'm going home," and left. When she finally returned, it emerged that she had left the court because part of her father's address had been mentioned. Later, as Mr. Griffiths questioned her on what she told the police when she first called them, the girl admitted it was mostly lies. But then the defence barrister said she'd made up her whole story. At this, the 14-year-old shouted back, "You know, I haven't got time for you. You're trying to wind me up. I am wound up now." When the young girl told the judge again she wanted to go home, Mr. Justice Hooper told her she had to answer questions on what she'd said about Damilola's death before, and reassured the 14-year-old several times he would stop her being treated unfairly. When Mr. Griffiths suggested that much of what she had said had come from her imagination, she said, "It's not my imagination, it's your," and then she swore imagination. "I want to go home now." The 14-year-old was allowed to leave at around 2:20, but she has been asked to return on Friday after video of her police interview has been played to the court. Ben Scotchbrook at the Old Bailey, 5 News.
Health chiefs insisted tonight that the MMR jab is the best way of protecting children from measles. Fears are growing of a big outbreak after 3 confirmed cases in London and more than 20 suspected infections in the capital and the northeast. Car supermarkets are on the way. The European Union has decided to allow dealers to sell more than one make of car in their showrooms. Consumer groups say it'll bring prices down. A campaign is underway to save 2 of the most endangered big cats on the planet. The government has donated £40,000 to help save Russia's Siberian tiger and leopard. It's thought there are only 400 tigers left in the wild and as few as 20 leopards. Take a look at tomorrow's weather now. The winds will ease and there will be sunshine and some isolated showers. Temperatures up to 8 degrees, the lows about 6. That's it. I'm back with 5 News tomorrow evening at 5:30, 7:30. Night.
They were Hitler's elite bodyguard, the ruthless protectors of their Führer. The Nazi regime's most loyal servants were among the most feared gladiators of World War II. The Waffen-SS, respected for their courage, feared for their cruelty. They were responsible for some of the most appalling atrocities of the war.
Wir waren Soldaten, ganz einfache Soldaten.
Gladiators of World War II continues with the Waffen-SS, Friday at 8 on 5.
Now on 5, the LA coroners confront the realities of life and death, taking us into a world where the sight of corpses is an everyday fact of life and is not for the squeamish. This program includes images of dead bodies, which some viewers may find upsetting.